Okay, so welcome, and today we're going to talk about multiplication division, starting with multiplication. So here's an example, just to start off our thinking about this, is what if I had a company, what if I was a landscaper, okay? And so one of my services I offer are weed killers, weed killing, right? And so what if I have a tank of weed killer that holds 21 gallons, 3 quarts of weed killer. And I want to know, well, how many, what's the volume of weed killer I have if I have 8 tanks? What's my total volume of weed killer? Well, I would have to multiply this by 8. Well, how would I do that? Because I've got different measures. Well, it's actually pretty straightforward. Okay, so the first step is you're going to multiply each unit of measure, each value by that number accordingly. So in this case here, if I wanted to find out the total volume, the first thing I would do is multiply each one of these by 8. So I would multiply 21 gallons by 8, and I would multiply 3 by 8. Okay? And then the second step is to write the results in standard notation, which means regroup if necessary, okay, or as necessary. So in this case here, if I wanted to multiply this whole thing by 8, another way to think about this, by the way, is to think about this as an addition, right? You're taking 21 gallons plus 3 quarts, right? So you're going to multiply or distribute, right, the 8 to both of these. That's another way to maybe look at it. So now if I take 8 times 21, well, 8 times 21 is going to be 168, right? So that's going to give me 168 gallons, right? And then I'm going to multiply by 8 times 3, which is 24 quarts. Okay, now, this is where I'm going to regroup because I know anything over 4 quarts is a gallon. So every group of 4 quarts is a gallon. So how many groups of 4 are in here? Well, that means I'm going to have to divide, right, by 4. So how many groups of 4 fit in 23 quarts? Okay, well, that's going to be 5 because I can write this as 5 times 4 plus what? Plus 3. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm finding out, okay, again, let me just reiterate. Every 4 quarts is a gallon. I need to take as many of the gallons from here and add it to here to put it in standard notation. So how many groups of 4 can I pull out of there? 5. So that means I've got 5 gallons to add to here, and then I'm going to be left over with 3 quarts. Okay? And so now my final answer then becomes what? 168 plus 5 is 173. So I get 173 and 3 quarts. So this becomes 173 gallons and 3 quarts. So again, you can cut that as an example, but I'm going to do another example in a moment.